Today I'm thinking about many things and really trying to focus on the one thing that today's devotional and meditation discusses. It's forgiveness. I don't know about other people, but for me, forgiveness is something that I struggle with, and sometimes forgiving myself seems to be the hardest, because many times, I would rather just avoid that I'm hurt, avoid that I'm disappointed, avoid that I feel anything. And sometimes I just say to myself, get over it. Just move on. But I understand that that's really not the appropriate answer, especially when it comes to healing. Forgiveness is a part of that healing. Self-forgiveness. In some cases, which is really strange, I've found myself able to forgive other people before me, knowing that that's not really God's will for my life. How can we give to others what we are not willing to give to ourselves? It's just like, where the word says, love thy neighbor as thyself. So it all starts with where I am. And how can I be willing to give others what I'm unwilling to give myself? So today, I believe this meditation is really about dealing with the fact that I've avoided so much, avoided feelings, which is inhumane. To not feel pain is inhumane. To not feel love is inhumane. To not feel feelings is inhumane. And so today that might be a good place to start, just to forgive myself for not allowing myself to be human. Another part of this is looking at self-forgiveness. It's understanding that, I'm not the only one who's been in this place. Like, there are countless examples in the Bible that talks about this very thing. One of my favorite accounts is in 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 9, where Paul discussed his struggle. He talks about how, not that he has low self-esteem or he's not worthy, but he understood that it wasn't by might nor by power, but it was by the Spirit of God that he is who he is. He even becomes very vulnerable and tells us about what he described as a thorn in his flesh. Something that was an imperfection, something that he could feel but no one else could feel. And he said he prayed and prayed and prayed. But he said he also understood why it was there, because he understood that God had blessed him with so many blessings and so many gifts that if he didn't have this thing, this thorn, that came to irritate or maybe remind him that he's human. And even after praying and believing God's word about praying, and Paul was a prayer, he said he didn't get an answer. Until the third time I guess God gets tired too, And it says that the Spirit said to him that his grace was enough. And the reason why he's experiencing the grace is because of his weakness. And the reason why he has a weakness is because he needs God's grace. It is a constant reminder that we are human and we're in need of a God to whose grace is more than enough. So we don't have to seek the approval of others. We don't have to get them to like us or to agree with us even. But knowing that those times that we are weak is when God's power can be seen. I guess in other words, where my strength ends, God's grace begins. Where my strength ends, God's grace begins. And for all of us, this is a constant reminder that we have weaknesses, we have flaws, but it's not bigger than God's grace. So Paul goes on to say, these are the things that I'll share about. I will tell my testimony about my weaknesses so that I can get more of his grace, so that I can remain humble, so that I can be reminded that I'm not God. And I need to allow God to be God. For what is faith? What is anything without God?